Back now on the exam room, brought to you by the Physicians Committee. The cheese trap is the theme of this here podcast, and sitting across from me is Chef Bev. Chef Bev, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Great to have you back.
Thank you
There
again.
we go. See, gratitude. Pass it on. So here we have a wonderful vegan mac and cheese. I can think of no dish that would be more perfectly suited for the cheese trap than a good old-fashioned mac and cheese. Tell me about what you've whipped up today.
Well, what I did here was make a vegan mac and cheese with vegan pasta also, because some of the pastas that you get out there have egg in them. So I used a hot water pasta with durum wheat. It's a cavatappi. I used 3 different types of vegan cheese. One of them was my specialty, which is a cashew vegan cheese. I also used the Daya cream cheese and the Life Heart American cheese. I whipped all that up together, and I made a tempeh sambal bacon crumble to put on top. This is the best comfort food you can eat.
You made that bacon from scratch?
No, this is tempeh bacon, honey.
Tempeh bacon.
Yes.
Well, pardon me. I mean, this looks like every mac and cheese that I've had growing up, the fancy kind, around the holiday dishes and Thanksgiving, and, when Mom was feeling guilty about something, and God only knows why, she would whip up something nice like this with the bacon crumble on top, and it was delicious. And I have no doubt that this was also delicious. Now, the important question for those that are listening, prep time, cook time, how much time are we talking here to make this?
Well, I would probably say this is going to take a little bit of time because you have to soak the cashews for the cashew cheese. So that's an overnight process. So you're probably looking at, for the cashew cheese, an overnight time. But the whole prep time is only probably a good 20 minutes.
Gotcha. So once you get that soak on, you're good to go. Prep time, 20 minutes. Now, what's the cooking process here?
Well, you boil the cavatappi, the pasta. You make the cheese with a soy-based milk or a almond-based milk or a cashew-based milk. You just put that on the stove, heat it up, put all your cheeses in there, pour it over the top, and then you crumble your bacon on the top.
Yeah, so you don't layer it or anything like that. You just add the pasta and you mix it together?
Well, you cook the pasta down first, and
Sure.
then you put the cheese on top.
Sure.
Mix in.
No,
That's it.
no, some people bake their mac and cheese. That doesn't appear to be the case
Yeah,
here.
I didn't bake this. You can bake it, but I would be very careful about baking it because sometimes baked pasta gets dried out.
Gotcha. The cashew cheese there, what else goes in there?
I use turmeric because turmeric is such a great inflammatory. So I use that. I use paprika, garlic, soaked cashews, a little bit of paprika, some Dijon mustard, and some nooch. I guess you know what that is, right?
Nooch?
Yeah, come on. You know what nooch is.
Nah, you're going to have to hit me with
Nutritional yeast.
the nooch. She hit me with the nooch knowledge. Okay, so I guess there's only one thing left to do. Well, 2. I got to tell you right now that this fine recipe is going to be available on pcrm.org/podcast. We're also going to link off to Chef Bev's book, which is called
Nouveau Vie, the new renaissance of vegan and vegetarian cuisine.
Now we plug that, but Chef Bev is so popular that her books are sold out.
Unfortunately, but we'll get them in. Don't worry.
There you go. So, sampling time. We have our guinea pig, Noah, standing in the back of the studio. We're going to ask him to come forward, get his sample on. Now, Noah, we have a bowl and a fork for you there. Your job, your mission, should you choose to accept it.
Oh, I choose to accept it.
He's an accepting guy, is to dig right in, grab you a little bit of that mac and cheese, and then I want a full review because you're a chef. I expect for you to use that refined palate of yours and really break this recipe down for us. I want to hear about the delicate notes of this and that are in there.
Okay.
I
would love to do that with mac and cheese.
All right, the fork is up.
All right.
And it's in. Immediately he has a smile on his face. It's so good he's
Wow.
laughing.
That's the best mac and cheese I've ever tasted. Seriously, it's so smooth and a lot of different cheesy flavors, which makes sense considering all the different types of cheese in it. The tempeh bacon is totally different from what any other sort of bacon I've had as like a bacon bits type thing on top of mac and cheese. It definitely gives it like this extra flavor, this extra texture that definitely goes well together.
Now, Bev, just kind of yell from the back of the room. What would you pair this with? What would you serve the mac and cheese with here?
Some kind of greens. I would do I love collard greens, or a cabbage, or even a kale.
I like it. I'm a big fan of kale. I think kale should be served at every meal. I'm a kale guy. All right, so we're going to put this here recipe up on pcrm.org/podcast. Noah, on a scale of 1 to 10, you rate this?
I'd give this a 10. I would give this to any of my non-vegan relatives, and they wouldn't know the difference.
There you go. That's a home run. Chef Bev, you've worked your magic once again. Thank you so much.